Lovely, good. Keep using those hips. Nice.
Hello, it's me. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot to post last Sunday. I did have a few little clips, the ones that you would have seen in the front of this, the first bit of this video. I did intend to put a video up, but I just completely forgot. That bloody Storm Cara, or whatever her name is, Kira, completely threw me all out of whack. So I forgot, but I've written a little list of all the things that I haven't told you about that I need to tell you about, or that I want to tell you about. First of all, I've got my new London Marathon running leggings.
Right.
Yeah, you're right.
I just wanted to say hi to all the people that watch my mum and thank you for supporting her.
Oh, nice one, Tills. So first of all, I've got my marathon leggings. You would have seen them. I added a photo in before this. I love them. I got them from a company called Vibra Gear, and they are, I don't know what they are. They must be like a, company that manufactures sporting goods, but 100% of the profit from them leggings goes to the Mind charity, which is a mental health charity, which is all big at the minute, since there's been a few celebrity suicides. So that was good. I did order them before it had all kicked off with Caroline Flack and stuff like that, but it's nice to know that 100% of the profits made from them leggings are going to go to Mind, so that's good. They're really, really comfortable, super, super soft. They do them in shorts, they do capri length, and they do the longer length, which is what I've got. I bought in an extra large, but I don't like things too clingy and too tight. I probably could have done with a large, but extra large is fine. It's going to be comfortable, and after the marathon, they'll be comfy just to sit around in, use as like lounge wear, or just to go out and show everyone that you run a marathon, whatever you fancy. So on the Monday, my plan was to run 12 miles because I had, if you remember me saying, I had the half marathon planned at the Olympic Park for the Sunday after. So I wanted to do at least 12, so I knew that on that day of the half marathon, I'd only have to run an extra mile than what I have run before. This running is all mental. Your body can do it. It's your head that stops you. So I went out on that Monday and ran 12 miles. I did my normal route. I went down to Cheshunt, the next town, turn around, come back. It's about 6 miles, more or less, but I made some up doing a few little loops. I grew up around where I ran, or where I run, so I know like little loop roads, and I know how to make the runs a bit longer if needed, or shorter if needed. So I did my 12 miles, and it sounds really funny to say this, but the first 10 miles are okay. Your legs feel okay, your breathing feels okay. The last two were really, really tricky, were really tough, but I did it. I come in, as you can see, Dan took a picture of me. I was just laying on the bed, passed out. He'd run me a bath, bless him. So I'd got in and I just laid back, and I was just mustering up the strength to take my clothes off, especially the sports bra. I mean, why are they so difficult to get off? Honestly, I get stuck in mine. It's so hard. How'd you get them off? You're all sweaty and it's just so hard to get them off. Anyway, so I got in that, had a nice bath, but I was really pleased with that. Run 12 miles. I'm still writing down in my little book my splits and stuff. So let me tell you what my average. So it took me 2 hours 19 minutes, which I was happy with. And my average pace, I've not written my average pace down. Must have been 11 something, because looking at my splits, they were quite good. So yeah, that was 2 hours 19 minutes to do 12 miles, which I was really happy with, because I'm thinking only another 11 minutes after that, and I've done a half marathon. And then if you then do a full marathon, so add in another 13.1 miles, I should finish this marathon at about 5 hours, which I'd be over the moon with. I'd be more than happy to do that. I then rested, so I had 3 days off, didn't run again. That was the 10th of February that I did the 12. Then the 13th of February, I did 4.919 miles. Now, I don't know what happened to me this day. This day, I was on a bit of a high. I must have been. I don't know why. I don't know what I did different. I wish I knew what I did different. I don't know what I did different. I ran just over 4 miles and my average pace was 10.47 minutes per mile. So I ran the first mile in 10 minutes 49, the second mile in 11 minutes, third mile in 10.54 and fourth mile in 10.44. Now, like I said, that's not my usual speed. I'm usually a lot slower than that. But I was singing, I was dancing, I was running. I felt like my legs really opened up and I was really taking big strides. I must have been, because it was the fastest 4 miles I've ever done. But I was buzzing. I didn't take any of them little light tablets that I have been taking on my long runs. I don't know what I did different. I wish I did know, because I'd like to do it only for a run, because it just felt easy. That 4 miles felt really, really easy. Really, really lovely. Really, really enjoyed it. But like I said, I don't know what I did. Who knows what I did differently. Maybe I slept well the night before. Maybe I'd eaten well the night before. I don't know. I wish I knew. I don't know what I did. This is why it helps me to write all this down and document what I'm doing, because not that I know why this was such a good run, so I can't even tell myself why this was a good run. I have no idea why it was good, but it just was good and I thoroughly enjoyed it. 45 minutes as well for 4 miles for me is a really, really good time. So I was loving life that day, obviously. And then I had my strength training class. I've put pictures in of that. I love strength training. It's the best thing. I just love it. And Freya is just so lovely. It's just nice to go. I really, really do enjoy it. I think it's one of the things that even if I don't run as much as I am doing now, one thing I really hope that I stick with is the strength training, because I do really, really enjoy it. I feel like I get a real lot out of it. So that's good. I then was supposed to do my half marathon at the Olympic Park on the 16th of February, but we got an email on the Thursday saying that because Storm Ciara was on her way, we wasn't going to do the run. Was it Storm Ciara that week? One of the storms. Might have even been Dennis. I don't know. I don't know what day it is. What day is it today? It must be Sunday. Dennis or Cara, one or the other, whichever one was on that weekend of the 16th. They decided to call it off. I think it was Dennis, actually. They decided to call it off, which I'm really pleased about, because the first email they sent said we're going to try and look at ways we can do it at the venue and maybe do it inside the stadium. But running half marathon inside a stadium, which would possibly mean just loops going round and round and round, how boring is that? I can do 10k doing that when I did that 10k at the Olympic Park. But to do a half marathon just running in circles, I think would just be so boring. So boring. So in a way, I'm quite pleased they cancelled it. And it was really windy. And also I was worried about being able to get there, but then people cancelling the trains and not being able to get home. And imagine being stuck at Stratford after you've just run 13.1 miles and you can't get home, and then you have to wait around for someone to come and pick you up, because obviously Dan or my mum or somebody would have come up to watch me and would have had to have brought me home, or somehow we would have had to have got home. So in a way, I'm really pleased that they cancelled that. But what they did, you could either re-sign up for it, so they've put it as a provisional date for the 1st of November, but it just depends when West Ham's home games, when they get released, what day they're going to be playing at home. If it wasn't going to be the 1st of November, it was going to be the 25th of October, but that would be confirmed to us when the Premier League fixtures come out in May, or whenever they come out, June, whenever. Or you could virtually run it. So that means I could go and run it around here, use my Strava app or an app to measure your run and your distance and everything, and email it off to them, and then they will send you your medal and your t-shirt once you've proved you've actually run that distance. And you then get free entry into another race of your choice run by the same company, which I think was Run Through. I think it was Run Through. So what I've done, I decided to do it virtually because October, November time is a bad time for us. Dan starts a second job that he's got, and it's just, I didn't want to commit to November or October because I just don't want to have to be juggling childcare and shit like that. I don't want to be doing that. So I decided to run it virtually, which I then did. I'll talk about that in a minute. And I have opted to be entered into a race, which is another half marathon at the Olympic Park on Saturday the 19th of September, because I thought that will keep me running throughout the summer, which is what I wanted to do. So the marathon is the 26th of April. I know what I'm like. I'm all or nothing. So once this marathon is done, I'm scared I'm going to go from all to nothing. So I thought if I can book and do a half marathon or some 10Ks, get some of them booked in throughout the summer, then hopefully that will keep me going, keep me running. So I'm booked in to do a half marathon at the Olympic Park on the 19th of September. So hopefully the plan is I stay running. I'll have like a few days off after the marathon, and then hoping that I'm going to pick the runs up again. So I've booked myself in. So because I couldn't do the half marathon on Sunday because of Dennis and the Olympic Park cancelling it, I went out and did it on the Monday. It took me 2 hours 32 minutes, which I was really over the moon with for a half marathon, which means, like I said just a minute ago, you're looking at about 5 hours really, as long as I keep the same pace. And I mean, on the day I know it's going to be I'm going to be a bit slower probably. I'm going to be stopping to see people, I'm going to be having a drink, I'm going to probably be having a nice time. So I might be a little bit slower, but I'm happy with that. My average pace per mile was 11:39 per mile there, and I did 13.1 miles, 2 hours 32. But yeah, my pacing was good. Some of them were 10s, some of them were 11s. There was a few 12s. The last 3 miles was really tough. I just think my legs aren't used to going that far. Obviously they're not used to going that far because you don't just go and run marathons. It's just fun. I mean, it hurts. But again, the first 10 miles was fine. The last 3 miles was a real struggle. But I did it. I carried on going and I did it. And I felt amazing. Once you finish it, you do feel amazing. You almost carry on running for that feeling. Because imagine if you only got to like 11.5 or 12 miles and you were supposed to do 13. You'd just be gutted with yourself. You'd come home and you'd relax and you'd start to feel a little bit better in your legs and everything. And then you'd think, why didn't I just carry on? So it's best just to fight through the pain and just do it. Just get it done. And the slower you go, the longer it's going to be that you're going to be out there running. So you may as well just try and keep your pace up and just try and get it over and done with as quickly as possible. And then I got home and just felt on top of the world because I'd just run a half marathon and I actually felt all right. My neighbour from next door, Keely, she come in for a cup of tea and she said, oh, like, how do you feel? And I said, yeah, I feel all right. I've had a bath, I've washed my hair, I feel all right now. And she was quite amazed at how my legs, I wasn't moaning about my legs, or you just have to carry on, don't you? I wish I could just lay down, but you can't just lay down. Plus, it was half term that week, so I had the kids here, so they're not going to let me just lay down, so I had to keep going. That was all right. And then on the Wednesday morning, I went out and did 4 miles before work. That 4 miles was a bit slower than my amazing Thursday run, which was 4 miles as well. I did the same route, but this time I did it in 47 minutes. Average pace was 11:43 as opposed to 10:47 when I did it on the Thursday. But that was fine. I enjoyed that. Let me just make sure I'm telling you all what I wrote down to tell you. Yeah. That was all right. Enjoyed that. My mum had the kids with it being half term, so I just did a little quick 4 before work. Who would have thought I would ever have time to do 4 miles before work? I was only doing 3 miles before work, but I must be getting faster because I managed to fit in 4 miles before work on the Wednesday. So yeah, pleased with that. I actually found, and I discovered this more today, I really like, so I live there. I used to live there, that's where I grew up. I like running back this way rather than this way. This way is like Ware, Hertford. I much prefer running towards Cheshunt, and I was talking to Dan about this today. I don't know if it's because as I'm going towards Cheshunt, I know where the mile markers are. So I know, I mean, people that are familiar with the area will know exactly what I'm talking about. If you watch these videos and you don't know me or the area, then this won't mean anything to you. But there's certain landmarks and I know the miles, like from my house to the shops at Broxbourne, it's roughly a mile, and I know that. From there to the petrol station at Broxbourne High Road, that's my 2nd mile marker. And then Turntford College, that's my 3rd mile marker. So Dan was saying today, maybe mentally and in your head, when you've got them markers, when you know how many miles you're at, when you hit certain places along your run, maybe that's easier. And I think maybe he's right. Maybe that is easier. Because, so what I've done today, I've gone out and done 13.4 miles today, which is, again, another half marathon. So I've done 2 halves in 7 days, because I did my last one on Monday and today's Sunday. So I've done 2 half marathons this week. But today I went the other way. So I'm here, Cheshunt's there. I went to Ware, which is up here. Now, Ware is lovely. We used to live in Ware. I love Ware. I love Ware to go out and have Prosecco. I don't like Ware to run in because Ware is full of hills. So today I've run from my house up to Hanbury Manor. So again, any of you that are local will know where this is. From my house to just past Hanbury Manor on the way to Fundridge and back. But just before Hanbury Manor is a really, really steep hill, Woodson Park Hill. I don't know if that's the name of the hill, but that's what it's the hill Woodson Park's on. And it is an absolute bastard of a hill. But I ran up it. It was much more fun running down it, but I did run up it. And I just found that towards the end of the run, my legs were just hurting more than they'd hurt on the Monday when I'd done a half marathon. And like, this could all be mental and it could all be in your head, but I didn't know when my marathon was when my half was gonna stop. And I think that goes back to what we were talking about knowing your markers. Like I never really run the Ware way, so I don't ever know. I don't know when I'm at 3 miles. I don't know when I'm at 4 miles. I was just running today. It was a new route for me, but I think I find that quite difficult, just running and not knowing how far you've got. I mean, obviously I know my house to Fundridge is nearly 7 miles, but to have them little markers along the way to like knock off, like I say, when I go to Cheshunt Way, I'm like Broxbourne Shops 1 mile, the petrol station at the high street 2 miles, to college 3 miles. So I'm knocking them off as I'm going. But when I went the Ware way today, I just didn't enjoy it as much. I don't know whether or not it was because I don't know the markers. I don't know whether or not it's because it's just really bloody hilly in Ware. But are you coming in again?
Yeah.
Okay. But I really struggled today. Really did struggle today. But I did it. It was a bit slower. It was 2 hours 41 minutes that I did it today. My average pace was 12:22, which was slower than my last half, which was at 11:39. But I did it. It was done. The last mile I probably walked more than I ran because my legs were just, they were like lead. I just really struggled to lift them. Did you want to say something? Is this really off-putting you sitting here?
No, I'm just going to sit here, pretend I'm not here.
Okay. You can get in.
My iPad's charging and I have nothing to do because I can't watch the Sidemen Sunday because it has no charge.
So yeah, so today was really hard. These children are very lucky that their uncle come and picked them up this morning, took them to parkrun. So my son did parkrun. Then where did he take you?
To the calf.
To the calf. And then he took them back to his house until they knew I was home or on my way home. And then he brought them home after they knew I'd got back. So very lucky to have had a morning with your uncle that spoils you.
And they got new phone.
No, you don't need to be showing people that.
No.
And so yeah, so they really ate today, and then I've really struggled for the rest of the day. I've been moaning all day, and I've been really tired. And the time is 7:31. And after I filmed this video and uploaded it, I am going to go to bed. I've got my London Marathon pyjamas on.
I've got matching.
She's got matching. And I'm going to go to bed because I'm absolutely shattered. These are going back to school tomorrow.
No.
And I'm looking forward to a day of, I need to do some shopping. What's that mean? I've got a beard.
No. I just had something on my cheek.
My cheek.
My cheek.
So I'm going to have a day of shopping. I want to go to Home Bargains and buy some more Epsom salts because I like to have Epsom salt baths after I've run, and I've run out. Because I think Dan uses them as well. So I'm going to get him a bag and me a bag. And that's all I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to rest tomorrow.
I had to help her up. Get out of the chair.
When?
When downstairs on the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. Tell them what you had to do.
So
I was sitting, so I'd come home, I'd had a bath, washed my hair, drank about 2 litres of water because I was so thirsty after I got back. And then I sat down, I made myself a bacon sandwich because bacon sandwiches just cure every pain. It just helps make you feel much better. And I was sitting down at the dining room table eating a bacon sandwich, and then it was time for me to get up and move, and
you couldn't.
I couldn't get up. So she had to help me get up, which was fine because that's what you have children for, to help you out.
Oh, look, here's another child.
Here's my fur baby.
Come here, Cubs.
Who's this? Who's this? Look.
Whee, good
The
dog.
fur baby. Best behaved one. So yeah, so that's it. So my plan this week, I brought my plan up to show you.
There.
So I'm out next Saturday night. So I was supposed to be doing 14 miles on Sunday next week, but that's not going to happen because I'm out on Saturday night. Even though I'm not planning on drinking a lot, I probably will have a few. But yeah, I'm not going to want to do 14 miles on the Sunday. So the plan is to do 4 miles on Tuesday. I might do 4 miles on Thursday. My 14 miles on Friday, and then 6 miles on Sunday, because I think I'd probably be able to manage 6 after my night out. We'll see. The beauty of these plans is you can kind of jiggle them around, and you know, whatever you need to do, you can do. So yeah, I think that's about it. So I'm sorry that I didn't post last week. Nobody obviously missed me because I didn't get any messages saying where's your video, but I'm doing these videos for me just as much as I'm doing them for you. Because this is gonna, I'm hoping that this time next year I'll watch them all back and go, oh my god, I remember that, or oh my god,
And I'll be like, oh, look how young I look.
yeah, and she'll go, oh look how young, and I'll say, oh look how old I'm getting, I look so young there. So yeah, they'll be going to be fun for us all to look back. She just thinks she's funny. So that's it.
Mom,
So
say goodbye to the dog.
there, let us see. Who's that here?
Who's out here?
Let him stand up.
Who's
Let him
out there?
stand up on his own.
Who's that there? There. Look, out there, out there,
He's
out
just
there.
going to bark
Out
now.
there, out there. Look, out there. Oh, hello. Oh, bloody hell.
So that's it. That's enough from me and her and the dog. So we'll see you next Sunday. Like I said, I'm sorry that I didn't upload last week. I just completely forgot. Bloody Dennis or Cara, whichever storm it was, I don't know. It won't happen again. So have a good running week if you're running. Have a good normal week if you're not running. And I'll see you next week. Goodbye.